Welcome back, folks. We will be shortly getting underway with Champion Select for Game 2 of the night. Actually, looks like we're already in there, Redacted. Really quick, give us your thoughts here heading into our second game.
Yeah, so I want to see from the side of Trebuchet if they're gonna do another APC composition. Um, you gotta execute it well, But
Mhm.
I I would prefer them not to because this is game two, and you don't want to
Yeah.
lose this one because then that's the series. So let's just try and stick with a more traditional lineup and get an ADC on our hands as we see the bans with Zeri, Kiana, Fiddlesticks, and Vlad Hecarim Diana.
Yeah, pretty similar bans, I believe, to last game. The Fiddlesticks, of course, notably has been taken off the table, denied from Runner 90 this time around. Going to be the first pick Troll King here for Team Trebuchet. The Trundle is a little bit of a flex pick himself these days. Could go into either top or jungle.
Or support.
Oh, there you go. I almost forgot about the troll support. Man, yeah, what was
It
that?
can even be flex mid now too. I wouldn't be surprised, Loki.
That would be a first for me, but I guess I wouldn't put it past Team Trebuchet after what we saw last game, right? Anything is possible. As looks like the Jinx is going to go into the hands of Out of Blue once again here. I wonder if they just lock in the Zed for King Annihilator again. It is open.
Yeah, quite open indeed. But and yeah, we'll just Zach hover. You know
Gonna
what?
match the
I learned not
jungle.
to speak about hovers because sometimes you get trolled with them. So we'll just wait
Sure.
until it's locked in.
Yeah, I don't know how I would
Oh,
feel
there we go.
necessarily. Zach into Trundle feels a little bit bad. Pillar can mess up Zach pretty severely, potentially. Does require a decent amount of timing there to actually interrupt the slingshot. But
Mm-hmm.
I believe in staples to make it happen. See what we want to round out our first round of picks with here for Team Trebuchet. If they are going to match AD carry, pick something a little bit more traditional here. Is going to be the Senna. So looking pretty good, right, Redacted?
Yeah, looking pretty good so far. And the Senate, as we know, she can either be the actual marksman or the support. But Zach is also a pocket pick for runner 90 here. So I expect to see him pretty proficient on the champion. And whoa, we have Kennen again as on the side of Trebuchet here. So okay, hopefully this Kennen is going top this time.
You don't want to see the OPIV Kennen again?
I mean, I'm down, but if he's listening on stream right now, you got to flank, bro.
Zed
You got
is
to
still
flank.
open. King Annihilator could just pick Zed into this Kennen again. Oh, they go for something a little bit different here. Going to be the Veigar. And with Jinx already locked in, have to imagine this is a Veigar mid lane.
Definitely a Veigar mid lane, like for sure, because it makes no sense to leave Jinx in a solo lane by herself. As we all know, Jinx is a somewhat immobile AD carry, so she definitely needs a partner with her to ensure that she can lane safely and well throughout the early game. So, yeah, we'll definitely have to keep our eyes on the next few bans here. Oh, as Thresh and Set are banned out.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. Set going to be taken away from Blast here. It is going to be the Blast show, I think, for Team Trebuchet. See if he's going to be able to get it done. He does not have counter pick this time. Remember, Set was locked in as the last pick last game into the Cho'Gath. Blast will not have the opportunity to counter pick this time around, presumably. Thresh also, from the side of Team Trebuchet, going to be denied from late game carry. He did look really fantastic on the Thresh last game, and the pairing with Jinx is just so great. I do think the Thresh ban is very prudent here, and Camille going to be the last item removed here in our second ban phase.
We're locking in the Cho'Gath once again. So,
Wow.
but yeah, back on these bans, Thresh and Camille are definitely good bans, and yeah, get that out of late game carry. Let's see him on something else now. Jin and Set though also good bans, especially that Set because excuse me, Set definitely put it down onto the Cho'Gath there, so they don't want to have to deal with that again.
They figure with a Set removed, the Cho'Gath pick, maybe it'll work out a little bit better this time. Not that it necessarily was bad last game, just the laning phase was a bit painful.
I'm sorry, crewman. It looks like I think we're getting the mid lane cannon. Well, okay.
Okay, yeah, I think we are getting the mid lane Kennen. I think we are. Assuming that the Aatrox goes top and the Karthus goes bot with Senna. I think it does make some sense here. Senna, generally speaking, wants to have a melee laner to be paired alongside her so she can get that extended range on the Q and harass her opponents a little bit easier. But farming Senna is the meta right now, and Karthus is going to be more than happy to pick up all that CS. Going to be the Akali
Ooh, we
locked
got the
in. Last
Akali
pick for
locked
Element
in.
here.
Let's
Yep.
go.
Throwing down the gauntlet.
Yeah.
So that means Veigar support? I
Oh,
think that means Veigar
oh,
support, or it's Cho'Gath support Akali top.
I like that better. I hope that's it, but we're about to find out here as we get into champ
Uh,
select and
I mean, Whippo played the Cho'Gath last game. I feel like that's probably a little bit more likely here. Why would you like that better here, Redacted? The Cho'Gath and the support, why is that better?
because once again, just I mean, it's not bad that it's Vigar. It'd be a Vigar Jinx bot lane, but in terms of dive potential, once Vigard loses or not loses, once he uses the cage and it's on cooldown, and it's not, it's pretty easy to get onto these two bot laners there, or these two champions there. Yeah, Jinx has the chompers, but you can kind of dodge that and just go around it. So
Yeah.
I would prefer someone with a bit more hard stopping CC. Cho'Gath has the silence, the rupture there, vorpal spikes, and then he'll still be able to scale pretty decently. I would say, and just provide more appeal for the Jinx there. But
Yeah.
nope, looks like Gwippo is gonna lock it in the top
Yeah.
lane, and so yeah, Jinx Vigar bot lane. So they're gonna have to play this, carefully because it looks like Karthus is in the jungle,
Huh.
Senna Trundle bot lane.
Senna Trundle, the Trundle support. You called it, Redacted. Wow.
Uh,
You're actually on the money for these first picks. If I recall correctly, you got the first pick Jinx. You called that one last game as well. But yeah, it is going to be the Trundle support for Red Strike this time around. I wonder if we could find any match history for this.
And while you're looking that up, I just want to talk about it. So, with Trebuchet picking the Senna Trundle bot lane here, I do expect to see them full on bully the side of MG Element this time. Uh, I'm curious as to see who will be piloting what champion. I do expect Senna to go into the hands of Galactic Emperor here, and the Trundle to go into red. Oh
Ah.
nope, never mind. I had a feeling it was going to be the opposite, but I
As
didn't
soon as
want
you
to say
said it,
it.
right?
I had a feeling it was, but I didn't want to say it. But yeah, Galactic Emperor is going to be playing the Trundle with Red Strike playing the Senna. So that probably is a Senna support and more of a Trundle carry.
Yeah, absolutely. And we do have some stats to back it up here, Redacted. Trundle, actually, interestingly enough, is Galactic Emperor's most played so far this season. Galactic Emperor is not an AD carry by nature. He's got 82 games on Trundle top lane, 62% win rate. So this guy is very much a Trundle player. And I think the supportive Senna could be a pretty good look for them. We'll have to wait and see, but I like this look a lot better than what we saw in Game 1, mid Kennen
Mm,
notwithstanding.
I I don't know how I feel about the cannon or not cannon, the Senna being a support. You're gonna need damage. I mean,
Well, she's going to
you
have
you can
damage. Just because she's not farming doesn't mean she won't have damage.
correct, but I prefer more of the active scaling Senna that's getting gold and we'll have the potential to have more items compared to the support Senna. I'm not saying that she won't do damage because them souls and that range. She
Mm.
definitely gonna be putting out there, but it's just gonna be. I prefer the Senna to have the potential to scale quicker, um, and have more gold into the champion, just more gold infusion onto that champion. Because Trundle's gonna have a hard time in this bot lane already, as is into a Vigard
Mm.
Jinx, trying to
Yeah,
farm and everything. So
true.
yeah, that's just my 2 cents on that.
Well, Redacted, I'm seeing a couple of messages in Twitch chat here saying that they think MG Elements won the draft 2 games in a row, but What are your thoughts here? Do you think the Trundle Senna is enough to throw things off here? Maybe balance out the mid Kennen? Who do you think won draft here for game 2?
Nah, I'm going with Twitch Chat, man. I
Yeah,
think
you
MG
would
Element.
chat.
I think MG Element's got it too. You know, I even got production in my ear telling me I know Farming Center got nerfed. Trust me, I know, but I still don't like. I don't like it. I don't
Hey,
like
he
how
likes
they
what he likes.
drafted. I don't like how they drafted it into. When you already saw the Vigar on Red 3, and you still pick a Trundle. Or I mean, you picked Trundle first, sure. You picked Trundle Center, but like you could have adjusted your draft and done something else. But now you pick a melee into a hard CC bot lane. So, and you're trying to farm on the Trundle. Like, it's going to be tough for them. But we will see as anything else you want to say, crewman, before we cut it to break?
I
And I don't want
think
to go on a rant here.
save it for the game. We'll have plenty
Yeah.
of time, I'm sure. We'll see, guys, if Team Trebuchet is going to be able to turn it around or if MG Elements are going to make it another 2-0 to finish up week 1. Don't go anywhere. More BTL action right after this. Welcome back to the Rift, everybody. Getting underway now with game number 2 of the night. Seeing a very aggressive look from MG Elements once again. Going to get the flash for flash trade. Late game carry once again, trading that summoner spell for a more valuable one on the other side.
Oh boy. Clown Fiesta has already started. Everyone, get your streamers out, get your noisemakers out, because we have a party here.
Bot lane's going to be a spicy one.
Yeah, Trundle did not want to blow his flash that early. Galactic Emperor, what was already a hard ass lane for you, has now become your personal hell. So I hope you're ready, because they are going to abuse the hell out of you.
Yeah, it's looking a little bit frightening. He is running the Ignite, interestingly, on the Trundle. So hoping to find some kill pressure in the early game here. But as the only melee champion in bottom lane, I do think he could have a little bit of a hard time making that one happen. Will be once again a topside start for both of our junglers here. They will be pathing down towards that potentially volatile bottom side.
Yeah, I wanted to point that out for sure with the runes we see here. So just looking at it, we see a first strike Karthus. I haven't kept up with the Karthus like meta in a while, so I don't know if that is good or bad.
It's pretty standard.
Per se. Okay.
Yeah. A lot of people doing the first strike Karthus these days. The amount of income that you can get just from pressing R is a bit crazy, especially if you're using that one pretty often. So yeah, it's pretty standard.
Once again, quick stats from the production. First strike Karthus is insane because level 3 ult equals 300 gold. So good to know. Thank you, production. We appreciate you. Galactic Emperor with the Lethal Temple there. So Lethal Temple was kind of nerfed for melee champs, but it's still pretty decent. So no surprises there. And then we have the Fleet Footwork
going to land the Rupture, but still going to take a lot of damage. Blast has the Conqueror fully stacked there. So he's going to back off for now.
Look at you.
Yeah, you were saying Fleet Footwork Senna?
Yeah, Fleet Footwork Senna. But I was also giving Galactic a hard time there, saying, look at him stuck in the cage.
Oh, that's chain.
Suffering as he should.
Yeah, the poor troll down there. The troll is getting trolled, if you will.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And should we say he deserved it? Does the troll deserve it?
Yeah, of course.
Trolls typically deserve what's coming to them?
I mean, it's a taste of their own medicine. Of course he deserves it.
All right, then. Glad we're on the same page there, then.
Oh, Karthus made his way down here pretty early. Look at that pillar, though, from Galactic Emperor. He's the one doing the trolling now, but he's very tired. He's exhausted. Out of blue, going to be able to hang on for now. Red Strike getting in those auto attacks, able to stack up another one there. Gets a Fleet Footwork procced as well. Very nicely. Oh, that's a collapse coming down. King Annihilator, level 4 Akali, trying to do some work. Ignite comes down. He's in the Shroud. He gets the first blood. King Annihilator once again off to the races. The Event Horizon comes down. Beautiful setup for the Elastic Slingshot. Runner 90. Gonna have to flash away from the pillar there. But a couple of quick kills and MG Elements picking up right where they left off.
Absolutely, and late game carrier being the predator like the rune he has, indeed just put enabling his team to punish the side of Trebuchet here, and yeah, just quite unfortunate. Staples official was backing off when Galactic Emperor and Red Strike went in onto the bot lane of MG Elements there, and I think if the communication was a bit cleaner there, they probably would have killed out of blue and might have been able to get away with it. But instead, they lost their lives and were punished.
Yeah, it was actually the exhaust. Seemed like it was doing a lot of work. There was also the Event Horizon there to zone the Trundle away from being able to finish off that kill. If he had the flash, though, okay, Gwippo in a 1v2 up here on top side. Blast, gonna force out the flash with the Q3 there. Gwippo trying to get under his tower desperately, but he's not going to be able to escape. And Blast also picking up where he left off with a nice early kill.
Yeah, Blast and Staples official there. Just Staples official having to get some redemption for himself. He's like, I failed my bot lane. I will not fail my top lane. And enabling Blast there to get that kill. And man, I'm curious to see. We saw a carry Aatrox or a carry set game. I wonder if we'll see a carry Aatrox game. Yeah. And that'll be. I think that one's actually a bit scarier than seeing a carry set game.
Oh, you think so?
Aatrox just Yeah, all the healing. So I'm an AD carry main, and I just hate Aatrox when he gets fed early because it's so hard to kill him.
Okay, Baby Cage comes down. Red Strike going to be chunked to 50%, but he has some potions to heal back up here. And yeah, Aatrox did actually receive a minor buff on this patch. I believe his the sweet spot damage on his Q was empowered, if I recall correctly, or was buffed, I should say. But yeah, we'll see how Blast is able to do up there. He's down about 1 wave of CS right now, but he does have the wave pushing towards him, so should be able to catch up relatively easily there once that wave does come in.
Hey, we got to give production like an award here because they're coming through with the stats. Yeah, his sweet spot was actually buffed from 50% damage to 60% damage amplification. That's a whole 10%, which that's a lot.
Pretty nice little Aatrox buff.
Yeah, that's actually pretty big. I thought it was like 5 or something, but that's nasty.
I did see him in pro play actually very recently. I don't remember who played him, but he is starting to pop back up once again there in the top lane as Runner 90 very sneakily in the alcove here. Gonna go for the slingshot right onto the Trundle out of the blue. Gonna get clubbed a little bit here. Karthasot also doing some work with the Requiem, but the flash is answered by out of blue, and Galactic Emperor does not have anything left. Will get cut down by the Zac. Second kill of the game for him. It was a valiant attempt, like the coordination with the Karthus ultimate as well, but it wasn't quite enough, Redacted.
No, it was not indeed. And, excuse me, quite unfortunate for the side of Trebuchet here as, yeah, you called it earlier, crewman. You said this Veigar, he's going to lay down the event horizon there, and they're just going to zone and bully this Trundle. And with the Zac combo, as we saw, Blast putting the sword onto the Whippo there. Yeah, but yeah, you literally said it and called it, and what happened, you know. So great prediction on your part as well. With Zac coming out.
Now Runner 90 gonna make his way into the mid lane here. Oh, little AD mid Ken in there did his best to survive, but his best was not enough, sadly, and that is going to be another kill going over. I believe it was Annihilator who managed to pick up the last hit on that one, or maybe it was the Veigar. Quite see.
Yo, that was a drive-by. If you haven't seen a drive-by for League of Legends recently, or you haven't ever seen what a drive-by looks like in League, that was a good example of what a drive-by looks like in League. Because they blicked him up so fast. That was hilarious. I'm sorry, but oh my god, they took that cannon out. He was not able to shadow clone jutsu his way nowhere.
Yeah, they put a cap in him.
Jutsu. Yeah,
real fast there. He did not look like he stood much of a chance in that one. It's a 3-man play. Very nice from MG Elements. Really, and it's another example of late game carry. It doesn't matter if he's on the Thresh or the Predator Veigar. This guy is so active on the map, especially in the mid lane here in the early game. It's really nice to see, and I think we have to look towards that mid support synergy and how MG Elements have been able to get their early game advantage in both of these games.
Mid support synergy or mid jungle?
Well, I actually meant to say mid support there with late game carry.
Okay, just making sure.
Of a play here, a Staples official lays down the wall of pain, but he's not able to get any hard CC down there. And Jinx and Veigar, they're just gonna walk it out.
Gotcha. And yeah, I would say the mid support synergy there. Not some often you think about, but it's definitely a possibility as wait, hold that thought though. Okay, just some skirmishes there.
Just some trading.
Just some trading. But yeah, definitely it is a possibility, but as of right now, thank you production once again. We had Senna was on about 29 stacks and 37 stack Veigar there, and
they're scaling. It's pretty late
so Veigar
first
at 43 now.
It looks like it will be claimed by MG Elements. Don't think that Trebuchet can be able to make it into the pit in time, and indeed, that first dragon will go over. We're looking at an Infernal second. So, Ocean, Mountain, or Cloud, this game redacted.
Let's see. Well, we got Hextech first, and we got Inferno second. I'm gonna go with Ocean.
You think Ocean is Okay, OP Ivy not in the good spot, but the flash into the lightning storm, able to get the pop on the support, does end up going down for King Annihilator, still very strong, and the second proc on the perfect execution, gonna find a kill onto the jungler as well. Blast, though, roaming down from top lane, activated the World Ender, but wasn't able to finish off the Akali, did get the flash off of Annihilator there, but another fight goes in favor of the Elements.
Wow, what a great fight there. You know, once again, side of Trebuchet here, they just like walked into that bush and yeah, his sweeper was down. His sweeper was down because I was like, did they not sweep the bush or anything? You're walking into enemy territory there, and I'm guessing they were probably looking for a play onto Whipple there, but unfortunately they just were punished for it. And now late game carry with 100% kill participation so far. So this Predator Vygar has been all over the map and doing exactly what the rune his name is implying, being a Predator.
Yeah, no doubt. He will help his team secure that Rift Herald now as well up there in the top side. So they're going to be able to use that to continue to stack up some more advantages here. Probably going to see that dropped either in mid or in bot lane, I would have to imagine, as Blast is continuing to be very scary up there in top lane.
Yeah, and if we look at Senna's item here, it looks like she might be going the lethality build, which I don't know if that's a very good idea into a Cho'Gath Zac. I mean, yeah, for the Vygar Jinx Akali, but I prefer
Predator popped. Runner 90's in there, but he can't quite get the second auto attack off of the stretchy strikes. Kennen is going to be able to get out of there.
Yeah, and nice little, attempt to bully OP Ivy again, as they should. I mean, he was definitely the weak point for the side of Trebuchet, I would say, in game 1. So they want to definitely, look, Akali is already 3-0-2. I'm trying to remember where she got her other kills from.
Yeah, she got one pretty early on in bot lane, I think, and then a couple more onto the Kennen there.
Understood, because, yeah, her once again, for the side of MG Elements here, the side of their jungle and mid lane are definitely leading the team and carrying them right now, I would say, or being the vanguard for the team right now in this early to mid game transition here.
Yeah, absolutely. King Annihilator with another great game so far. See if he's going to be able to keep it up. The Zed was open if he wanted to go back to that here for game 2, but he said, no, give me the Akali this time around. Want to do something a little bit different, as Whippo, actually a decent trade. The Elastic Slingshot comes out, though, straight onto Red Strike. He is going to get burst down there, and that's I believe the Veigar ultimate came through to finish him off. Galactic Emperor now wants to get this kill onto the Zac. Whippo has his teleport, could save the blob. It's not even needed. He's going to be the respawn into the flash away. Oh, Galactic Emperor, he had it in his eyes. He had the chomp. He had his teeth. His teeth were millimeters from late game carry's tiny little neck there, but in the end, it will be just another kill given over. 8-2 now, MG Element.
Try to use some real troll teeth, and they ended up being dentures. Put your retainer back in, my boy. Maybe you'll be able to get a bite out of them next time. Maybe. Quite unfortunate. And yeah, the Zac there, he that was so close, and once again, let's just, for all our viewers at home, remember that you cannot TP onto the Zac blobs anymore before 14 minutes. Before 14 minutes. So, it was really close, but unfortunately for him, he was able to get the flash out and survive, and they were able to punish Galactic Emperor instead. And actually, observers. Oh, hold that. Okay, just skirmish here. It's
okay.
It's only about a 3K gold deficit right now for the side of Trebuchet. So yeah, I wanted to look at the gold of the actual champions here.
Okay, now we may be going for the fight, as World Ender is available for Blast. Will he decide to pop it here? Whippo also has his chomp ready. That's the flash in. Blast really wanted it there.
Silence.
Maybe if he had activated the ultimate first, could have got a little bit extra move speed, made that happen. Oh, late game carry. Gonna find Staples Official in the river here, and the slingshot from downtown. Runner 90 flies in there, and the Let's Bounce able to pick up the kill. He does get traded back, though. OP Ivy able to lock him down, and Red Strike roaming up was able to finish off late game carry there as well. So that's a 2-for-1 in favor of Trebuchet.
Yeah, so Trebuchet getting something back here which is actually pretty good for them.
Man. The Ivy, maybe some trouble here. R2 that comes out the Ignite. Oh, clean solo kill from the Annihilator himself. Okay. Flame Choppers come down. Galactic Emperor had the Subjugate, but that last tower shot, he's going to get traded back a 1-for-1 in the bottom lane. Out of Blue going to feel decent about that. Blast sidesteps the Rupture. Very nice there. Not going to be in too much danger. Cho'Gath, no ultimate at the moment either. Aatrox going to be able to catch this pretty comfortably. And now we see Staples moving up. I wonder if Whippo is going to be in some trouble here. No, he will see the card this and back away.
Okay, so like I was gonna say before we were interrupted by the other team fight, side of Trebuchet there with the first skirmish we saw, pretty good for them. You know, they needed some gold back, and that and they were able to secure the Drake. So, but unfortunately, OPIB was just punished by King Annihilator there, who is now 4-0-2, and just
punished is a word for it.
Yeah. But I wanted to point out earlier the Zach's Mythic there, because I was like, this Zach is doing quite a bit of damage, and I was wondering why. And looking at his items, it's I'm trying to remember.
Shroud.
That's one of the new items, right? Is that the Even Shroud or
that's the Even Shroud? Yeah. So Blast in a 1v2 up here, gonna pop the World Ender, but you can get yoinked back by the Stretchy Strikes, and the Devourer is there. Whippo gonna feast on the Darkened Blade just a little bit. I wonder if he's tasty. It's certainly gonna be worth a decent amount of gold, so Whippo gonna feel pretty good about that regardless. Yeah, I was gonna read out the ability of Even Shroud here. After immobilizing champions or being immobilized, cause that target and all nearby enemy champions to take 9% increased damage for 4 seconds. King Annihilator looking for a kill on 2. Red Strike, and he finds it in the Shroud now, looking for a little bit more. Galactic Emperor now in 1v2. Requiem is going to come down, but it's not going to kill much of anybody. Late game carry, just going to add Galactic Emperor to the stack count. Thanks for the AP.
Wow. So, once again, the side of MG Element is just punishing Galactic Emperor and Red Strike here, and yeah, we said this earlier, crewman. Send a Trundle bot lane.
Yeah,
you knew what you were getting into. You picked the Senda and Trundle in the first set of picks. You saw the Vygar pick Red 3. You had the opportunity to adjust your draft, and you stuck with it. You committed. And now here's the price.
That's a Death Rocket into the beast. Okay, that's another kill onto Blast. And that, I think, bodes quite poorly here, unfortunately, for Team Trebuchet. If Blast has just gone down twice in a row, I think their odds in this game are not looking too hot here, Redacted.
No, not at all, indeed. With now about a 5k gold lead for the side of MG Elements here, and Trebuchet are reeling right now, and they need to, at this point.
Yeah, Ivy gonna once again be going down near the flash into the execution. King Annihilator just put his head on a stick.
Yeah, a perfect stick there. As with that perfect execution here, Staples official, you are not official enough to hang with the Annihilator. Back up.
Yeah, definitely got to watch out. If that shuriken connected, I think that might have been another kill over to the Akali. Meanwhile, up on top side, Herald number 2 was claimed. Shelly now residing in the trinket slot of runner 90. Gonna be interesting to see where he decides to place that one. Dragon number 3 gonna be spawning in 1 minute's time. Seen a little bit of an invade come through here. Gonna be stealing away Staples' red buff. That will go over to the Jinx, exactly where you want it. Feeling pretty good here. Jinx on her shield bow. Very defensive itemization for Out of Blue this game. What do you think about the shield bow option there?
I mean, yeah. No, shield bow has seen better days, but I think it's the right choice. With, you have a Karthus, Trundle, Senna, Aatrox. I don't know why I said Trundle for Jinx in terms of burst damage. I mean, Trundle isn't really going to burst out the Jinx, but you have the Senna, the Kennen, and Karthus there.
Do they have a Kennen? Do they have a Kennen, Redacted? He's alive, at least. He's underneath the tower now. And actually, his team is on Baron.
A Kennen will still hurt the Jinx, for sure.
MG Elements have no vision here. They have no idea this is happening. I think it's going to be claimed. That's a dead Trundle, though. But, oh, it's into the pit now. Runner 90 is going to be a 50-50. Baron does go over to the Karthus. It's secured by Trebuchet, but how does the rest of this fight look? The Requiem comes down, but these health bars are just too high. Blast can't do anything. The follow from out of blue. He has the range to finish off that kill. Baron may have gone over, but it's only on the Kennen.
Yeah. And you know what? Yeah, you know what? I got to give it up to Trebuchet. Like, that was pretty bold. Yeah. And I do like the boldness. Unfortunately, you got. And you lost basically all your Baron buffs except for on this Kennen, who isn't, you know, he's not really much of a split push threat right now. So if you want to get anything back, I think you're all just going to have to stack it up right now and try and force some of these turrets down so that we can get these objective bounty golds into yourselves and into your team members here. But right now we see OPI going into the bot lane, which, okay, just be careful that King Annihilator doesn't do what his name implies.
Yeah, we've seen that a few times now that Kennen has walked into bot lane and been assassinated. Looking for number 3 potentially as King Annihilator also returns to the bottom lane. But, you know, the Kennen does have a Baron buff now. Maybe that'll be enough to turn the tables, huh?
Probably not, because now that the rest of Trebuchet lost it, we don't have, like, actual, you know, gold count, but isn't it, you get, like, 1,500 gold, right? Just off of killing the Baron, but with 4 of them dying...
I believe it's 2K, actually?
Or is it 2K?
I'm not 100% sure.
I feel like I heard that recently, but I'm sure production will let us know.
Yeah, I'm sure production knows.
Yeah, 300 each on Baron, so 3 times, yeah, 15.
Oh, okay.
Yep, so 1,500. So yeah, definitely it's a negative Baron power play right now, for sure. We don't have actual gold counts, but I don't think we need the actual numbers to know that this is a negative Baron power play currently.
Yeah, I don't think we need the numbers, really. As it is about a 6K gold lead overall right now for MG Element. And they're just kind of playing it pretty slow for now. They're playing, you know, off of all the lanes. Just waiting for that next dragon to spawn, most likely. Gwippo is once again getting extraordinarily tanky here on the Hungry Void Monster. He's looking for someone to blast here. Blast going to be forced to pop the world
healing up, though.
Turn it around. He does have a lot of healing. Pressure comes through. Requiem coming out now onto the Cho'Gath. I think this is going to be a kill. And that is the shutdown going over to Staples Official. But Out of Blue makes his way up here. Is it going to be enough, though? The cleanse comes out. The shield bow. Will it be enough to save him? Yes, it will. That's that shield bow itemization coming in real clutch for the Jinx there.
Yeah, well, you know, once again, well done for the side of Trebuchet here, getting these picks and whatnot. This Karthus pick.
He's excited. Staples, he has to be exhausted, though. He's going to try and outplay this one. Oh, but very nice movement from Out of Blue, able to step forward, dodge some of those Skittles, and no Requiem means no kill. Super Mega Death Rocket just to send a message. Out of Blue popping off in this one as well.
Oh, man. I don't know if that rocket was real or BM, but, I mean, the cooldown for it is already about halfway through, so it should be up pretty soon here. So Out of Blue just flexing his muscles a bit. Yeah. But yeah, Trebuchet, that was a good pick from them, and this Karthus pick is definitely starting to show its worth. You know, unfortunately, he still probably needs a bit more scaling to like truly do the best damage that he can do. Probably once he gets that 3rd item there, which I would assume to be. Actually, he has the needle in the book.
Predator,
there, so.
Opie Ivy, Hextech belted right into the event horizon. And that is going to be another kill going over to the Jinx. Yeah, rough look, as that is the Shuriken landing. Oh, my word. Red Strike almost got one shot, but that rocket will get blocked, and that's actually the maxed out shutdown going over to Galactic Emperor. That's sweet 1K. Red Strike, though, stuck around a little bit too long. He's going to get slowed. He's going to take a rocket to the face, and they are going to lose their mid-tier 3. Potentially the inhibitor as well here. Blast on the retreat. Inhibitor under fire. Looks like MG Element are going to be able to pick this one up with just over a minute left until Mountain Soul Point spawns. Staples Official going to get knocked up, going to get taken out here. If they get a couple more kills, they can just go for the end. Blast trapped in the baby cage, going to get taken out here as well. Galactic Emperor, I don't know if he even had a chance to spend his gold, but he will now, as he will be spending about 30 seconds in the death chamber. Only OP Ivy on the Kennen left alive. Cho'Gath gonna take a few tower shots.
He's using the TP to keep it alive a bit longer.
OP Ivy runs into the event horizon again.
That's
a fitting end to to this one is it's going to be MG Element. They're going to finish this out in about 25 minutes. We see the disconnect from the cannon there. Not a great night for OP Ivy. Hopefully he can come back a little bit more on his game next week. As that is Runner 90 just looking for a little bit more. Yeah, they're going to be able to get one more kill onto the center, pad those stats a little bit. Requiem comes out, and will be Staples trading one back onto the Vagar. Just kill the Nexus, guys. Come on. Jinx, you can do it. Oh, he's not doing it. They're going to get the Nexus.
Okay.
It's game over. Okay, 2-0 MGL.
I was gonna say that'd be so awkward if they didn't, and an OP Ivy had to come back.
We've all been there, right? In those solo queue games where you're just like BMing them on the fountain, and then whoops, your whole team dies and you can't have. It happens. But thankfully, MG Element not gonna fall into that trap this time around. We're able to close it out pretty cleanly there. Actually, significantly faster than game one, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely. And MG Elements with the I'm sorry. With the 2-0 match win. So got their first win of the series for the Black Twitch League here. And I would say in a pretty, I don't want to say dominating fashion, but I would say in a pretty well organized fashion. You know, they had some misconnects here and there, but it was a pretty good game
for fun plays.
Yeah, for sure. But it was a pretty good game from them, and I'm happy that they got their win here. Unfortunately, the side of Trebuchet, you guys just have to. Can we please, for one, like pick some ADCs? I'm just gonna start there.
Senna that game. Senna counts, right?
Senna counts, but like you still pick people in front of.
Yeah, I mean, in isolation, I don't hate that pairing. It's just when you're against Jinx Vagar, it was going to be pretty difficult to make that work.
Exactly. Like, Caitlyn was open. Oh my god, you could have done Caitlyn Senna bot lane.
Yeah, there were a lot of things
harassed the hell out of them.
Yeah. I do not disagree. I think, maybe some issues in draft there for Team Trebuchet. Definitely a shame because I love their name, right? If only there was a team in the Black Twitch League named Team Catapult. I mean, that'd be free for them every time, but... not going to quite work out this time around. Element just really had their number tonight. Redacted, as we finish up our match this evening, it was pretty convincing, as we already said, from the side of MG Element. But when we take both games into account, who do you think you would want to give the player of the series to?
Well, I was going to say I definitely give player of the game for that game to late game carry there for sure. His early game plays were just, it enabled his team to do so much and so well, and he was just all over the map, impacting it as he should. So player of the game for game 2 would definitely go to late game carry. Player of the series though, I would probably give it to Runner.
Yeah, you look towards Runner 90. He definitely had a great night. I think he's finishing up here across both games. I believe he was 13-2 and 33. Like that's pretty nuts scoreline.
Jeez.
Runner 90 definitely was going off. Not King Annihilator though. We were kind of feeling King Annihilator after game 1. He had a pretty solid performance here in game 2 as well on the Akali.
Yeah, I mean he did. Like he did his thing. He held his lane opponent down. Like OP Ivy was not able to do anything for the most part. But I would say in terms of like the actual map, the pressure and map play, Runner 90 for sure was just all over. He was impacting every lane as well. Him and late game carry. So, and he was just doing crazy damage on these attacks. Unreal.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a big fan here, Redacted. As a jungle main myself, I always appreciate that love getting thrown over the jungler's way, and Runner 90 absolutely had a phenomenal performance tonight, so I think well deserved. We are going to be wrapping things up for tonight's stream, guys. That is going to be the end of week 1, but stay tuned next week. We will, of course, be back with more Black Twitch League action. Looks like it's going to be DPS versus Trebuchet and the WCU Rams taking on Barbara's Fanclub next Saturday. Stay tuned for that one. Be interesting to see if Barbara's Fanclub can keep up their dominant performance so far that they had in week number 1. But what do you think? here, Redacted. You got any more words for Twitch chat? Any thoughts on next week's games or any reflections on week 1 here as we finish things up?
All I had to say is, it's week 1. For the losers, don't take it too hard. Go review the VOD, see where you went wrong. Just and practice your compositions a bit more, especially if they're going to be non-traditional or non-standard ones. And then for the winners, I would say, you also do some VOD review as well. Look at your mistakes, see how you could play them better, especially with those compositions you have, and definitely, keep scrimming, keep practicing, and keep climbing.
Yeah. Looks like we do have Adjudicator Ito here, the man, the myth, the legend himself, to go over some general stuff for the coming weeks for the rest of the Black Twitch League Season 12 here. I'm going to go ahead and toss over to him, but it was lovely casting with you tonight, Redacted, and thank you, everybody, for listening, and here is Ito.
Yeah, I mostly want to say before you just leave, I wanted to say thank you to Crewman and Redacted. I think it's your first time for both of you guys coming and casting for us, I believe, right? And
yes.
RareAdam, of course, on the production, bringing the beautiful things you see in front of you and the music and all that. Really appreciate that, as well as that logo. That logo was, I think RareAdam found that logo for Trebuchet there. That beautiful thing right there, because they did not have one. So I saw that and I was like, fantastic, beautiful. So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you. The first weekend has gone really smoothly. I thought we were gonna have a few more scheduling issues than we actually did. This is also our first time using tournament code, but it seemed like everyone was able to do that pretty cleanly. There wasn't too many problems with that. Everyone was able to. I think we had a problem with the draft links earlier, but the draft links for all of today, other than that, have been fine. So yeah, really clean week 1. I'm looking forward. We had some amazing games. I think all the games this week were 2-0, but they did not all feel like 2-0, especially yesterday. I mean, some of the games are probably a little bit more one-sided, but yesterday I feel like the 2-0s felt close, felt exciting. So there were a lot of cool plays, and I think we're going to try and see I think we're going to try to do some more content this season as well. I think we will have some power ranking that'll be written up, I believe, in the next week. Don't quote me on that. I believe we have a staff member that said that they would volunteer to do some power rankings, said that he was going to watch the games and try to put together some power rankings. I have also been trying to make some clips. I've been posted those in the highlights channel in our Discord, and if I can find a reasonable priced person to do like weekly I'm not trying to say videos, highlight videos. We may be trying to do those as well, highlight reels. And but yeah, that's all I really had to say. Just wanted to say thank you to the guys that come out here and do the casting and the producing. And we were going to throw it over to somebody. I wanted to introduce the personal host. This is Prod the Prince, a longtime member of the community, and we will be hosting him and be sure to go over there and say hi. I believe he's playing Apex Legends, old friend of the community, and we will see you guys next week, as Crew said. And we're out. Peace out.
Peace.
Okay, 1 second. All right, I gotta head out, but just wanted to do that. We're gonna host for 15